All right, learning target 6. Use data from a sample survey to make predictions about a population. So the first thing that we need to do is to define population and define random sample survey. So the population is the total number of persons inhabiting a country, city, or any other district area or area. So that's the population. The total number of persons inhabiting a country, city, or any district or area. The second thing that we need to talk about is a random sample survey. A random sample survey is taken from that population. Okay, so a random sample survey is a sample survey in which every person has an equal chance of being selected for the survey. So every person from a certain population has an equal chance of being selected to take that survey. Okay, and that's important so that we can make accurate predictions about the people in a certain population. So here's an example problem. 127,905 is the population of Cedar Rapids. Okay, so a random sample survey found out that 1,500 people, of the 1,500 people surveyed, 1,175 plan to vote in the upcoming presidential election. 300 people responded to the survey saying they might vote, and 25 people said that they will not vote. So use this sample survey to predict how many people in Cedar Rapids will vote, might vote, and will not vote. So we can use the results of this survey to make generalizations and make predictions about the overall population of Cedar Rapids. In order to do this, we need to find sample proportions. So we need to find what proportion of the 1,500 plan to vote. So if we are going to do that, we need to set up how many people plan to vote. 1,175 people plan to vote out of the total 1,500 surveyed. Okay, so this will set up our sample proportion. 1,175 people divided by 1,500. This gives us a sample proportion of 0.783. I'll just round it like that. So there's our sample proportion of the people who will vote. Okay, we'll do a similar thing for the sample proportion of people who might vote. So 300 people responded that they might vote. So we need to do 300 divided by that 1,500. And we get 0.2 as our sample proportion of people who might vote. Sample proportion of people who will not vote. Okay, there are 25 people who said they don't plan on voting at all. So 25 out of the 1,500 gives us a sample proportion of 0.167. And if we add these all up, we should get 1. Okay, so this represents the whole 1,500 people that were surveyed. Okay, so what we can do now is use these sample proportions to make generalizations about the total population of Cedar Rapids. Okay, so what we can do is look at this right here. This means that 0.783 is the sample proportion of people who will vote. I'm going to write these all as percents. So about 78.3% of those surveyed said that they will vote. About 20% said that they might vote. And another 1.67% said that they will not vote. So we'll look back at here. the total population, if we want to make a prediction about how many people in the total population might vote, we'll take our 73%, or our 0.783, and multiply that by the total population of Cedar Rapids. And according to this prediction, that would be about 100,150 people. If we do the same for might vote, we'll do 20% times our total population, or 20% of our total population. And there will be about 25,000 people who might vote. The last part says, how many people would you expect not to vote? So again, we'll do our 127,905 people times 0.0167, and we get about 2,000 people who do not plan on voting at all. Okay. So before class, here is another example problem. It says a random sample of Ely shows that 163 people out of 192 surveyed are Iowa fans. If the population of Ely is 1,798 people, predict how many people in Ely are Iowa fans. Okay, so look back at that previous example, figure out how you are going to make that prediction for the almost 1,800 people living in Ely.